What's up guys, and welcome back to another EVE Online video. Today I want to explore some planetary industry again, so a bit of PI. I have already got a fairly comprehensive setup, but I'm about to start getting set up on a new character as well. So thought maybe I could take the opportunity to go through some PI tutorials again and do a bit of setup, um, and basically walk you through the process from start to finish. So what I wanted to start with is a very quick um, conversation and demonstration on sort of how accessible but also sort of infinitely scalable PI is. Um, and yeah, so what I wanted to sort of show with that, and what I mean by how accessible it is effectively you don't really need anything to get started in PI. You can make a small amount of passive ISK with no skills, very, very little cash investment. And I'm going to demonstrate that now. So you'll see I'm undocked in my system in my Epithal, which is the ship you need for PI. Ideally, it's got a special planetary commodities hold, which allows you to haul more PI around. And it's also got a command center hold these days, which allows you to hold up to 6 command centers, and then obviously a regular hold. It's a specialized ship, but you don't need any particular skills or anything to fly it. It's just part of the Galente hauler group of T1 haulers, um, where the Galente have a whole load of specialized ones, but you don't need any particular skills, right? It's just Galente hauler 1. Uh, yeah, so you can be there in like a second. Um, and then I also just want to show as well that this character, if I come off there, you can see planet management completely empty. Okay, we've got 0 skills in planet management at all. And now, obviously, if you want to actually make any reasonable money in in PI, then you'll need to start investing in some of these skills, and we will talk about that later. But for now, I want to prove that you can literally have nothing skills-wise and basically ship-wise um, to get started and make a tiny bit of passive ISK in PI. So, undocked, which you have to be undocked to be able to launch the command center. And I've got the command center in my ship hold. This is the PI window. You can't, until you've got a planet established, you can't access anything through here. But what you can do is you can either go through the right-click menu, just go to planets, and then you've got View Planetary Industry there. Or alternatively, you can do it through the agency. In the Resource Harvesting tab, there's then Planetary Industry here, and you get more information on the planets. So in this case, I've got a barren command center because I'm going to get set up on a barren planet just for this example. But you need a command center type that matches with the planet you want to go with, and you'll want to get set up on a planet based on the materials that are available to them. Important to note that because I have 0 skills at all, there's no. It tells me what resources are available, but not the abundance of each resource. You need remote sensing 1 for that, which again, cover later. But you can get set up anyway. So I'm going to open up Barren Planet 1, and you're presented with this view, which is nice. Obviously, barren planets are pretty boring, but it's nice to go look at the planets in this view for more exciting ones. You would normally scan for the planet's resources based on which like is done through this window, but because I've not got any remote sensing skill, I can't do that. But again, theoretically, doesn't matter. You can just go build and select the command center and place it where you want to place it on the planet, which when you've got no skills doesn't matter. And hit submit. You've now built the command center, which then opens up all the other options for you. You with no skills allows you to have 1 planet still. That's what I meant to mention. So if you have interplanetary consolidation, it adds a number of planets to your catalog, but you always start with the ability to build on one planet. And then there's also command center upgrades, which is an important skill if you want to do effective planet management, because that allows you to upgrade the level of your command center in here, which increases the power output and CPU output, which then in turn increases the amount of like modules and stuff you can have attached to the planet. But without any skills, you can still have a level 1 command center. So in order to extract stuff, you'll need an extractor control unit, which we can place here, and we will need that's it. I think we literally just need an extractor control unit, because you can launch from here. So I'm going to move this closer. Yes, decommission that. I'm going to move this closer because with no skills, I don't want to have to bother with launch pads and stuff, which again we'll cover later. So we put that down. We create a link between the two, which also does use some power. And then we can, if we hit submit on that, I believe I want to submit it. Yep, it has to be submitted. Costs virtually nothing just to do that. And then based on the remaining power, we can install a bunch of heads, select the resource we want to extract. Yep, select a resource we want to extract, which is still saying we can't do without remote sensing, but that's okay. So we just have no idea how much of each resource we're going to pull up. We're allowed 6 heads, and then you can just hit start extraction. And then that will now run. I've only had it running for an hour because I'm testing, going to demonstrate that this works. So I've got it on the minimum cycle, which is 1 hour. And then we just need to route the resources. So products, we have this. Interestingly, got to beat the system, and it's already estimating the number of units it's going to get in that 1 hour. Create route, send it to the command center. Done. Hit submit. And with 0 skills, 0 investment, we have a planet extracting resources, which you can see is happening here. It does it in 15-minute cycles, so every 15 minutes it will send some resources to the command center. In an hour it will finish, and we'll come back. And when we've done that, we should be able to check the storage and then launch it up to space, and we've extracted it with no skills, no nothing. So that there demonstrates how accessible PI is. Obviously, this is going to make very small sums of money. It's pretty limited in how much you can do without storage or without proper launch pads and stuff, but it's possible, and it's going to make you a small amount of cash, and completely passively. We could have set that, we've set it for an hour, we could have set it for a week, and we could come back and just collect the resources. Yeah, so I'm going to come back in an hour. Okay, and so we return, and we are looking in our PI window at the moment, which gives you a little summary of what's going on in your planets, and we can see that in storage we have some base metals. They're great. With no skills whatsoever, our planet has produced some materials. So now if we want to get those, so like, one cycle's finished, so it's currently not running now. We want to get those materials. They are stored currently in our command center. We can just launch, select the item that you want to launch, add, and launch payload to space. There is a cost in doing so. In this case, it's 15,000. It's all based on the tax of your planetary command center. Your planetary customs office, which it depends on who owns it, what the tax is going to be set at. We own these ones in this wormhole, so this money goes to us anyway. But if you're doing this somewhere else in HiSec or somewhere, then you'll want to check your customs office taxes. So I'll tell you what, let's warp to the customs office, which you can do from here. You can just hit warp to. Of course, alternatively, you can warp to it through your right-click menu, but you can just warp to from here. When we get there, we should be able to see what the tax is. So we'll do that now. But yeah, I mean, just a reminder, we've got zero skills at the moment, and you can get some cash. So let's warp there. Let's get it. You'll want your epithal because you want your planetary commodities hold. Got a long warp. This guy's navigation skills are pretty low. This is what a customs office looks like, just floating in space near the planet. So I believe. Can you find the tax? Yeah. So if you warp to the customs office that you're interacting with, go to the attributes, and you can see the tax rate that's set down here. So if you're trying to get set up in HiSec or anywhere that you don't own the customs offices, then you will probably want to check the taxes so that you can get set up and keep those minimal. I think the default in HiSec is 10%, so it does add up pretty quickly. So let's just really quickly launch this stuff into the customs office. That's launched. And now if we access the customs office, interesting, where does that launch to? I've not done it through the command center ever. So where has that gone? We've got nothing in storage. It's possible it takes 20 seconds, but I doubt it. I'm just going to wait 15 seconds to see if it comes up. If not, then I've lost that. That's gone. And I don't know where it's gone. So I'll have to do a very quick Google search and let you know. Let's access again. Yeah, nothing in there because I've got no launch pad. It surely doesn't just go into space, right? Okay, I'm going to have to give that a quick Google and I will... Oh, okay. Does just warp into space. So if you're doing it from... This will make sense later on, but if you're launching from the command center and not from a launch pad, it is literally just jettisoned into space, and you'll need to warp to it using this launches tab in the PI window, and then you can just come and get it. Here it is. Here's our PI. So we'll pick that up, and we'll take it back. But yes, purpose of this, you will of course never set your planet up in this way. I just wanted to show that it's scalable infinitely, but also from nothing, right? You can get started with literally no skills, nothing on the planet. I am now going to destroy all this. So if I hit decommission, it's all gone. And I will do another one in a second. Decommission. Proceed. You have to hit submit when you want to do it. All right. See you guys in a sec.